since I've done a video, guys. So I'm gonna do one right now. First, I have to set my intentions. I had some back pain earlier when I was dropping my car off at the dealership. And so I figure best way to handle that is to stretch, because I haven't stretched in a few days. And my body is used to stretching, so I'm gonna do some back stretches. Oh. I've already manifested my desires. Always have to affirm that. I'm gonna breathe in 4 times, breathe out 4 times. Oh, everything's popping. That's how I know I haven't stretched in a while. Everything's popping. Popping. I gotta get the tension and stress out of my back, because if I don't, it's going to affect my posture and affect the protruding of my stomach, and we can't have that, right? So we have to correct our back, elongate it, so that we can release the cortisol stress built up. Release, release, release. That's our intention. Our intention is to release all the negativity, all of the stress, all the cortisol, all the limiting beliefs which no longer serve us. Can't forget to breathe, because I know I've been holding my breath a lot more than usual. Even though I walk every day, I haven't actually taken the time to actually release and exhale properly like I should every day. You know, I just do the regular breathing. Let's lean into our right side. Lean into our left side. Oh, I really want to get to where I'm doing yoga at least twice a day. You know, instead of once a day, I want to get to where I'm doing it twice a day now. And also, if you do these, they help tone the stomach. I have to do at least 100 of them a day. And all I'm doing is crunching in and out. Cancel out all the noise. That's the hardest part, but it's easy for us now, right? Because all we have to do is turn everything off and listen to our breath and be unbothered. I'm not gonna do 100 right now because that's just boring for you to sit there and watch me do that 100 times. But just wanted everybody to know that that is a good one. Stretch your legs back out. And remember, this is Body Confidence 101. And as a former fatty, don't worry about your size. Just do the activities. Just do the activities. I don't even worry about the number on the scale. I just worry about doing the activities and feeling good, because when I feel good, to me, I look good, and that's what matters most, in my opinion. Because you'll never be all the way good enough for everybody on the outside of you externally, because everybody's going to always have something to say or an opinion. So you just worry about yourself Worry about how you feel, how you look to yourself, and, you know, let that be your guide. That's to me what Body Confidence 101 means. And I know that's kind of cliche to say, but when you really, really feel it and you really, really operate in that way, it changes everything, you know, because then you make decisions based on what you want and how you want to see yourself and how you want to look and feel versus how you want others to look at you and feel about you, right? So that's the most important part, is health, being healthy, because health is wealth, of course. And as long as you're healthy, it doesn't matter what the scale says. And if you like what you see in the mirror and you're healthy, that's what matters. Remember, healthy, I'm not just saying like you can be any, you know, any type of way with like you're eating and stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm saying be healthy. Because just because, you know, someone is very, very small doesn't mean that they're healthy. Just because someone is very, very large doesn't mean that they're not healthy, right? So you have to determine what healthy is to you. How do you feel inside, internally, heart, mind, body, soul, aches, pains, you know, all of that stuff. Do you feel healthy completely? That's what Body Confidence 101 is. For those of you who wanted to know what I think of what Body Confidence 101 means. And I also post the link for Body Confidence 101 new website that was created with Lev.ai for anybody who wants to learn more information. That is posted on my profile, Instagram at OnlyFans Yoga. It's posted on that profile in the bio. And again, so I do have a OnlyFans channel with yoga and intention candles and singing bowl practices and rose water that I create myself. What else we do on there? Just, you know, just different health tips and tricks and things like that. That's what's on that channel. And that is also in my bio, in my profile on at OnlyFans Yoga on Instagram. So grab your membership on there. And my content is gonna get better and better, guys. Like, I'm right now just doing my own recording. I'm doing my own everything. So my content, you know, it's a reflection of just me right now. But it's gonna get better, especially on those pages where you are paying memberships and things, because of course I have more resources to work with now, and I have more access now to work with people to make my content better. So yeah, it's getting better and better and better. I have a bright present, a bright future, and it's better than my past. All right, so y'all, that's all for today. Just quick. Make sure you get you at least a 7-minute walk in. You know, working out and stuff doesn't have to take 2 hours and stuff like that. No, start small with a few minutes a day. You know, work your way up. You know, however long you need a day to feel some type of way. Like I said, start with at least 7 minutes of walking a day. Start you at least 5 minutes of stretching, 6 minutes of stretching. Let's go with 6 minutes of stretching, 7 minutes of walking. That's 13 minutes total, right? So you do 13 minutes total of yourself. Make sure you thank yourself. Like I'm thanking myself right now today for taking the time for myself and doing a few stretches, walking for 7 minutes today. And you know, the more and more you stay consistent with it, the better and better, the easier and easier, and the better and better it just becomes like clockwork. Like you just literally, like, you don't even think about it, it just happens, right? That's where I am now. I don't even have to think about it, it just happens. Like it just flows throughout my day, you know. And I'm very thankful and grateful to God, especially within. God is within, you know. I'm thankful that, and I'm grateful that, you know, it just flows throughout my day that way now, and I'm in alignment, I'm in sync with myself, nature, the flow of the cycles of life, or whatever you call it. And I'm in tune with myself, foremost, you know. So I'm very, very thankful and grateful for that. I did see a white feather today on the ground, and I'm very grateful to God for that too. You know, Jesus within me shall not fail. Goddess is within me shall not fail. So the feather that I saw today, it just was confirmation of me being guided, divinely guided, and I'm feeling very, very pure at heart. I'm feeling very lighthearted, and you know, I'm no longer feeling any type of depression, anxiety, heaviness, negative feelings and things. You know, that's right now at this moment. You know, it changes minute by minute, day by day, but as long as we remember this type of feeling at this very moment, then we can always go back to that state of mind at every second when the external world tries to pull you back down from your high vibration or high frequency, right? So you could just remember, oh, the feather today, how was I feeling at that moment? I was feeling very, very spiritually aware and in tune and at the right place at the right time, and thankful and just free, right? So no matter what was going on the outside, what it looked like, or what I was actually doing, which was taking my car in for service, but you know, no matter, you know, and I don't have the money for it, but hopefully, you know, the recall that it was on will take care of that. And so I'm just moving in, you know, I'm just moving in flow and divine guidance, because at that moment, nothing else mattered. I just, you know, I'm taking the steps and the actions to go toward what needs to be done no matter what. So, like I said, that is like a moment at this moment in time today where I said, oh, that feather just reminded me that everything's great, everything's good, you know. You can even, you know, try manifesting a white feather, you know, to say to yourself, oh, I'm being spiritually protected, I'm spiritually pure-hearted and free and feeling good at this moment, and all my intentions are in alignment with bettering my life and others, right? So anyway, so that's my That's my spiel today. Not saying, you know, that you got to be all holier than thou or innocent or anything like that, but it is a reference point for the rest of your day. Little stuff like that, like a feather or a ladybug or a bee or a beetle or, you know, whatever it is that, a butterfly, whatever it is that just lifts your spirit, and you catch that moment in time so that later on in the day when something else happens, you say, oh, I want to go back to that state of mind where I saw the feather, I saw the butterfly, I saw the bee, I listened to the creek, I took a walk, whatever the case is, so that you could then raise your vibration again and your frequency again, and then no sickness can harm you, nothing in you or on you can harm you, and you're just in a blissful state. Don't necessarily have to take any type of, you know, any type of supplements, any type of drugs, any type of alcohols, any type of anything. It's just a mental state of mind that you could put yourself in. Not saying nothing's wrong with any of those things, but I'm just saying this is another alternative to those things, is just being in a happy state of mind naturally because of nature. Okay, so I'm done. All right, namaste, and the God is in me, see the God is in you, the God in me, see the God in you, and y'all have a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday.